this is a big opportunity for kind of just the brand and me just to kind of be able to put out there to a different audience. Brick and mortar's dope. I think it gives people like a space to be able to come in and buy stuff. Everybody be there was fire, bro. So it's always been like that.
What's going on, guys? We're here today with David.
What's up, y'all?
He's a fellow business owner here in Sturgis. And why don't you go tell us like what your business is all about?
Yeah, bro. So for those of you that don't know, I run Layered Vintage here in Sturgis, Michigan. A lot of what we do is selling secondhand vintage items for the most part. We also sell sneakers and also little decorations here and there. But for the most part, it's all like 90% vintage stuff.
When did you kind of get started and stuff like that? Like, when did you come into town? And I mean, you graduated from here. We both graduated from the same high school, but what kind of made you start your business?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was broke, fucked up in the crib when I moved away for school. So that was my main motivation, was just trying to make a little bit of extra money. I'd say like what it would have been maybe early 2021. Yeah, 2021, 2022 was when I moved out. So I was real broke. So I think it's funny because my Instagram page for the real OGs, bro.
Yeah.
It used to be called West Side Pickups. My roommate Brady, and Xander were like going to thrift stores over in Kalamazoo and just like selling stuff on Instagram, just so we can make like a little extra money to be able to pay the bills. That's really how like I got started into the vintage space.
Into the whole.
Yeah, and then it kind of just picked up from there.
So really, it was about making money right from the get-go.
At first, bro, of course, I think it kind of has to be that way, and then the kind of love for it kind of grew over time.
Yeah. What's been the hardest part about like your business so far? Because I mean, like, we live in a small town.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, I guess like, especially, I bet you heard this when you were first starting out, but like, people probably didn't like, I wouldn't say necessarily believe.
Definitely a little bit of a doubt, though.
Yeah, a doubt when it comes to starting something like Layered, you know. So I guess like, what's the hardest part about it?
I think so far from what I've like noticed is definitely the like scaling it. I think the social media aspect has been like more tough for me. It's just being able to grow that. I think once I get a handle of that, maybe start doing more stuff on like TikTok and other platforms, I think it'll open up a lot more doors, especially for our online website and stuff now.
But you think like online presence has been a huge factor when it comes to like running your business? Or
Bro,
I mean,
sure.
I know you're a brick and mortar, right? So
Yeah.
like, it's about having the physical store and being able to sell shit out of there. But how has like online traffic?
Honestly, pretty good recently, bro. I think like you were kind of saying, brick and mortar's dope. I think it gives people like a space to be able to come in and buy stuff, and you kind of appreciate that kind of community aspect of the business. But our online is super interactive, bro. Yeah. Like all of our followers are super interactive with their posts. So like whenever we do events and stuff, that's kind of like the first place that people see it is through our Instagram or even our Facebook at times. So that's what I've noticed is like, as long as we have a strong presence online, it kind of it shows up in person.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Cause like social media, like I know you've sent stuff out to like popular streamers, right? I guess give me a story about that. I could probably put a clip up.
So one of the first people that we sent out to was FaZe Adapt, and I grew up like a big fan of FaZe Adapt. Who didn't, bro? I mean, that was like the mecca of the internet space was the FaZe group. So they kind of had their whole revamp, and I was kind of just watching from the side, I guess you can see, just kind of seeing how they were doing over time. And I luckily had found a way to be able to get a package to Adapt. And so we sent out a few things, just a couple pieces here and there, and nothing crazy. Honestly, the first time I was super underprepared for it. No note, no way to get back, just the pieces themselves. And once I sent it, I was like, oh, damn, what the fuck?
At least like advertisers.
Yeah. At this point, I was just like giving it away. Luckily, he opened it up on stream when they were doing their first subathon. So the viewership was insane, bro. But with obviously no trace back, all I got was like a little video for myself.
So like that was kind of like I mean I wouldn't necessarily call it a mistake, because like you learned obviously from it. But what has been like your biggest, like, I wouldn't say expose yourself, but like if there's any advice you can give out there, like what's a mistake you've done, like as a young business owner, right? Like, well, how old are you?
I'm 23 now.
Yeah, you're 23. So, I mean, I'm 24. So I feel like we're getting to that age where
yeah,
kind of feel like you're getting old.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays with like Instagram and shit, bro. Like people are making money at like 18, bro. Like, and
especially when it's all you see.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough to not compare. But I say the thing that I've learned is definitely like be able to ask questions. Like closed mouths don't get fed. It's always something that I kind of put in my head. So something like that, like not putting my Instagram handles down or this and that, not wanting to put yourself out there, you know, you won't get no results back. So I think that's been the one thing for me is just keep on putting content out there and keep on trying stuff, and eventually something's bound to pop.
So something's going to stick to someone, right?
Maybe just like Why Sturgis is always like one I've got. Like it doesn't make sense to a lot of people. Yeah. And I think that I've came to like love kind of being here because there wasn't anything here. Yeah. Kind of for younger people for the longest time. I guess even now really until the shop kind of popped up. But
in my last episode, I was talking with Hype. It was like, this is what like kind of helped them build it up too. Like the power of like the community believing in you too. How do you think like the community has kind of helped like grow Layer a little bit, right? Like the people that come in there, they're probably cool as
bro.
People.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. I think I have a best.
We have a Sturgis Fest event every year. How does that kind of affect like Layered?
I would say like things like Sturgis Fest are always super cool because it brings a ton of people that maybe aren't from here to kind of be able to walk the downtown area just to kind of see what we got going on. And I think with our shop, it really like opens the doors for like I said, the younger people to kind of come in and be like, oh, damn, bro, there is a spot for for us.
For younger generation.
Yeah, the guys or the girls to be able to come in and kick it and buy some stuff and kind of just share their time there. But a lot of it has been like, what's the word for it? Like, oh, man, I can't think of the word. But just very, like, unconditional support, especially on things like Facebook. You'll see it a lot, you know, just like older people just being like, yo, bro, this is a dope shop. I'd be able to come down here and check them out. Like, shit like that is dope to see. And obviously, word of mouth from everybody that comes in, you know. One person will come in the first time and have a great experience, and then next thing you know, they're coming back with three other boys. And then from there, it's just like super recurrent customers. Like, I love people like that, bro.
What makes you keep going, like, when it comes to, like, having your own business, especially something that's a bit unique and that's, like, I don't know, like, talking about what we talked about earlier, it's like, there's a lot of doubts, and sometimes those doubts come from yourself too,
but I think the majority of them might even be from like me, or just I think I'm a harsh critic to myself. But I think the thing that keeps me motivated to keep on kind of pushing through is just the way that I see it is it could be like a legacy store here in Sturgis. Yeah. I think just because it is so strange to people or so random that it has the opportunity to be something really big. So as long as I keep on path to what I'm doing right now, I think I can see it being a staple here in Sturgis, which is like crazy, but it would be
crazy
dope to see.
Say about like in a small town. Yeah. Shit. What is it about like selling shoes or selling like vintage clothing that makes you like do it every day, bro? Like I mean, to some people it's just like a piece of clothing.
Yeah.
You know.
I think is a lot of it is the individuality that comes with it, bro. The way I don't really see it as just selling like T-shirts and clothes. Maybe at the start, maybe a little bit more. Like when I was at the apartment.
Yeah, when you were trying to make the money.
At that point, it was just like just trying to flip stuff to be able to make bread. But now it's more of like I see it more as a community and like a lifestyle. I think that's kind of how a lot of the people that come in and buy stuff see it. Yeah. Just being able to get one-of-one pieces that make you feel good. Yeah. You know, when you got it on. And I think we were talking about it when you stopped by. Having something that fits really well. Yeah. It's your reliable piece. You know, you're going to go out with the guys or you can go to like a party or whatever. So any type of outing, whether it's a dinner, a date, whatever, you know that this is going to fit good and you know you're going to feel good
like,
in it.
It's reliable. You know if you reached up, like, shit won't show.
Yeah, bro. So I think that's like what people see when they come in and buy stuff. It's not just like going to a mall and you got all these things that you can buy. It's just like, all right, like I know I can bust this out at this time, and it makes people feel good about themselves, for sure. Yeah.
I think it's cool how, like, on Instagram, I see you post, like, some of the stuff that you have in the shop, and you kind of put it as, like, an outfit or something like that. But it's pretty cool, yeah. Like, I mean, a lot of people nowadays are into, like, fashion.
Oh, it's heavy right now, for sure.
And it's just pretty cool, man. Like there's a place where a community can kind of hang out and browse. Not everyone has to go in there and buy something.
Yeah, bro. I think that's the super cool part is some people just kind of come in and I've had people come in and do their homework there.
Yeah.
People just come in to have a simple conversation. Like it's not always just about buying stuff.
And I guess like as a business minded person, I guess like do you really cater more towards like I mean obviously younger generation, but what are their like interests?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. That's a really good question.
Because I feel like you have a diverse like group of people that go in there. Like it's not even just the younger generation, bro.
It's a little bit of
like,
everybody,
bro. You have like when I stop by in there, there's like older people that just come and check your stuff out.
Yeah, bro.
And that being vintage, like the older people go in there and they're like, "Oh, that was back in my days."
And that's what a lot of it is. It's just like maybe interest like that. A lot of it can be like music, nostalgia, or like cartoons and stuff. Like, oh, I used to watch this show back in the day, and now they have like this whole T-shirt here. It's just very like small things. Like I've seen people that being attracted to like the old MWO stuff, like the WWE and WCW stuff. Like that brings stuff back for a lot of people. So I think little things like that will kind of interest people, I guess, or just maybe just the space in general. It's like it is new and fresh, so it kind of attracts a different crowd. But within the same breath, I feel like it can be a little intimidating for some people to come in because it is something that maybe they haven't experienced before.
So, like, when you first started, you were just trying to do it as a side hustle. And now, like, the other day when I stopped by in there, now you're selling more of, like, shoes, too.
Yeah, that's been a big game changer, I think, just recently.
And you guys kind of had, like, stuff done to your store, right?
Yeah.
Like, you had a lot of things done.
Yeah, just recently we won a big grant through the state of Michigan. Luckily, the Sturgis Chamber and their whole area people have helped us out tremendously, bro, with securing that. And with that is a huge win. I mean, we got to do a lot of revamps, the flooring being one of them, a ton of new inventory, as what you saw when you came in.
Yeah.
Those little kind of aspects have given more people with like the option to be able to browse even more than they were before. So maybe before we used to have like 1 or 2 pairs of sneakers, couple like more heavy hitting things, but now it's like a ton of it. So,
and now like, this is the current situation, but I could really see like Layered keep growing and keep scaling, bro. Because even in other places, like, because I was into the hype stuff or whatever back in the days, but like there's 20-year-olds running these whole ass shops, like reselling clothes, like it's a huge market.
Yeah.
So where do you see Layer kind of going?
Hopefully down that road, bro, for sure. I'm very inspired by like the Round Twos and like those big stores that are in the big cities, and in huge retail spaces too, like Kith, Supreme. Like those brands are very big legacy brands that are household names to everybody that's kind of within the, even some people that aren't in the clothing space know like a Supreme or a Bape or something like that. I think that's very, very on in the mountain. But in like the shorter scheme of things, maybe just being able to maybe open up another store would be great. But definitely just be able to keep on scaling like our Sturgis location for sure.
Okay. Talking a little bit less about Layered, right, on the business that you run. Talk to us a little bit about like how you grow up, bro. Like where'd you grow up? You grow up here in Sturgis, and
yeah, bro.
I know that you box too, and I'm a pop a video up, but dude, dude, I remember when you knocked this dude out.
That was a crazy experience for sure.
Talk a little bit more about yourself, bro.
Yeah, bro. I think a lot of my free time kind of goes into boxing. I think that kind of correlates with the kind of like lifestyle that I live. Just kind of staying to the same routine helps me out a lot. When I'm not boxing, usually I'll just be on the game, bro.
Yeah,
chilling on the game with some of the homies. Recently I've been playing a lot of like, funny enough, a lot of Minecraft, bro.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Been playing Minecraft. I feel like after a long day, go to the gym, go home. Maybe like hour or two of Minecraft, bro, just de-relaxes the brain.
Dude, that's pretty dope because now I kind of I sometimes pick up the computer and play Valorant.
Yeah, bro.
But I remember back then, bro, like when Minecraft used to be like a huge part of my life, bro. Like, did you spend out there days fucking mining on some shit?
And it's the craziest part is you can do whatever you want, bro. I think that's what I like about it right now. It's just the creative aspect to it. But that and like playing some of the older games too, bro. Like I've been playing a lot of MW2 recently.
Yeah.
That's been fun. Black Ops 2, some zombies, bro. That's been fun.
Dude,
so.
that's so crazy. I remember growing up on the Call of Duty, man.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, dude, I remember back then, bro, like you'd spend 13 hours after like coming home from school, bro.
Easily.
You just clock in, bro. That was your job.
Yeah, and that's what I think. It ties back to the whole thing with the kind of what we were talking about with FaZe. That was so deep into that community when I was a kid that like bro. That's all I knew.
Dude, it was like, at least to me, and you know, when I talk to like the older generation, they just don't understand that world.
It's
like,
crazy,
dude.
Bro.
Like now it's actually a public company.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like it's just different now. Like the scene was so much different back then. It was all about gaming, and then got into like competitive gaming, you know. But like it greatly inspired me to do everything that I'm doing now too.
Yeah,
and they just keep on. I'm not saying like right now FaZe is setting the tone, but like
they're maybe not
like
the headrunners for sure.
They've always adapted to the online space.
Yeah, bro.
You know, they use the power of social media. God damn, bro. Like these montages, bro. Like I remember so much viewers in that shit.
They were insane, bro. They had a series.
Yeah.
Hundreds of millions of views collectively. I mean, they were internet moguls for the longest time. Still are now, you know, like you said, maybe not trailblazers in the sense of scaling, but I'm sure they inspired a ton of people our age and younger probably to be able to do stuff online for sure.
Yeah, and now I see like obviously like the streaming world is one of the things that's like blowing up, you know, like the internet has been upon us for a while now, and like it came into like gaming, came into vlogging. Now, like, streaming was huge back in the days, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I just feel like now it's just, like, amplified, bro. Super amplified, bro. And, like, I mean, I hope I can live stream and shit my, like, life and stuff. But, man, I don't know how they do it.
Bro. Yeah, bro. It is a lot on someone to be able to just sit and record and do something for 10 to 13 hours a day.
It's mentally taxing. And, like, I've done live streaming before, like, you know, like, you play my favorite games.
Yeah.
I remember even back then I used to be in here and like just fucking live stream, like setting up the fucking
bro.
like, but yeah, bro, it's pretty cool. Do you have any like shout outs to give? Just appreciation to anyone?
Yeah, bro, for sure. I think obviously this is a big opportunity for kind of just the brand and me just to kind of be able to put out there to a different audience. So that's always a big blessing. But I think obviously the big ones are going to be like my parents and my siblings for sure, bro. They were there when before it was even a thing. You know, they were the ones that planted the seed in my brain to be able to do something like this. So I remember my oldest brother. Huge shout out to him. I don't even think the store would be a thing without him, bro. We were taking a little family trip to Chicago, which we never do, bro. We never take like big family trips like that. And you know, we're doing like the same shit that kind of everybody does, you know, hitting the same tourist spots, whatever. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to do this, man. Like, I'm trying to go out to Northern Milwaukee, I think, is where all like the Supreme store is at, and all these other thrift stores. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to be down there. And they're like, all right, fuck it, let's go, whatever, right? They're just trying to shut me up. So we go over there. I'm buying stuff, taking my time, like having a blast. And then my brother was like, bro, you're such a big consumer of this stuff. Like, you know the game very well. Why don't you just fucking open up your own store? Yeah. And I was like, why didn't I think of that before? But yeah, huge shouts out to both my brothers, and then obviously a lot of our friends and stuff to just be able there to support me throughout any endeavor, bro. Like back to what we were talking about with the boxing, like, dude, we were deep as hell that day. Yeah. That was an insane experience, and just having like everybody be there was fire, bro. So it's always been like that. Even back with like the clothing brand stuff when I was doing stuff with Billions, everybody's been kind of there to support me throughout my way. So now it's just a conglomerate now of all the stuff that I built today.
That's pretty fire, bro. Do you ever think about fighting again?
It's definitely something that I toy around with. It's harder now with the more responsibilities on my plate and stuff. So it's kind of hard to take 3 months to be able to get get in fighting shape and get ready for it. But it's something that I definitely think about doing. If anything, bro, I might just host something here, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I've really been thinking on. It's just like bringing it here.
Yeah. How often do you train?
Recently it's been a lot more than a couple months ago. Right now I think we're going like Tuesday to Thursday. Little 2 hour sessions a day. So it's a little bit of time, but nothing too crazy.
What does that kind of consist of, like when you guys are training?
Recently I think like Mondays, Thursdays, a lot of sparring, putting in rounds with some of the guys that are there, and then non-sparring days, a lot of it is just like pad work, bag work, conditioning, little things like that. But I think it's anyone that hasn't tried it, I recommend it. It's great, not only just for your health, but your mental health too, bro. Yeah. I feel like it makes you a lot more calm, makes you see a lot more clear, especially after like a long day. Stuff like that is super beneficial to you.
How has boxing, like, how long have you been boxing, and how has that like affected your life? Like, has it? I mean, obviously, positively benefited you, but yeah.
I think now in total, I think I've been boxing for probably about 2 years now. I think would have been around this time 2 years ago that I started. But at first, obviously, it was slow. It was just something that I wanted to give myself a challenge to be able to learn. So then after I got kind of through that hump, a lot of it just became repetition. Let's kind of go back to what I was saying earlier. A lot of it is very scheduled stuff, just as long it's kind of hard to explain, but if you just keep doing the same thing over and over and over, eventually you're going to see results.
Yeah.
So with that, being able to like spar and stuff, you see the elevation in your own skills. So I think that's greatly impacted just my own life, just with the way that I do work here and with like the bros and stuff. I think it's just something that it's not really like a team sport. So everything relies on you. So you can't really cheat yourself. Yeah. And I think I take that with the shop and kind of the stuff that I do. It's like as long as you work hard and put in the hours yourself, eventually you're gonna see some type of elevation in your game.
Nice. Alrighty, man. So yeah, guys, if you guys are in the Sturgis area, go check out Layered.
Sure. Bro.
What's your address downtown?
222 West Chicago Road.
He has what do you got in there?
A lot of vintage stuff, bro. Right now, I say like a good majority of it is vintage stuff. We also have modern brands. We at some points we do have like Supreme, Palace, and those type of skate brands and stuff, but they fly off the shelves. So if you see our Instagram, I highly recommend you following our Instagram for sure. That's where we always post the banger stuff first.
Yeah, you want to give them like your socials?
Yeah, bro. So you can follow us on Instagram, LAYERDD. Facebook should just be Layered Vintage. TikTok soon to come, but those are our two big platforms for sure.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to make these podcast episodes shorter, so might have you come back another time.
Yeah, bro. I'd love to, bro. For sure.
Yeah, bro. So, alrighty, bro. Take it easy.
Yes, sir.